Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa for those of you new here, and thank you so much for watching. And today's video is a recap of my 2023, and also I talk about what my goals are and just kind of what I'm looking forward to in 2024. I just create this very simple everyday look that I have been loving. So hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe if you are new here, and let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, as you can see, I've not done my hair yet, but I figured up and out of the way is a lot better and a little bit easier to manage. So I'm just gonna kind of get ready. It's been like a kind of a lazy, I don't want to say lazy day, but it's been definitely a more chill, slower day for me. I got my tea. I'm drinking apple cinnamon tea. It's one of my favorites. Ooh, and it's still kind of hot. Honestly, I've kind of been dreading filming this video. And it's only because, and oh, side note, I will list everything that I'm putting on my face down below. It's not going to be a crazy makeup look, just a very simple everyday makeup look. I'm going to go into the liquid poreless putty primer. So because 2023 was a roller coaster of a year. Not gonna lie. Had lots of highs and lots of lows, and it overall, was it a bad year? No, because we have been blessed that I am currently pregnant with healthy twins, and I will be giving birth to them, or they will be joining us here in a few months. Or I've been talking about it in vlogs, and we've been preparing for them. But the year started off with me losing my day job, which I kind of saw coming. I just wasn't fully prepared with how quickly it came, which was frustrating, but is what it is. And then the high came when I decided to start coaching soccer, and that has been such a joy and kind of been kicking myself. Hopefully I'm centered. Once I discovered it, I've been kind of kicking myself for not doing it sooner, because it, as time consuming and as frustrating as it can get sometimes, it has brought me a lot of joy. I'm going to go into my Revlon Illuminance foundation. I'm going to go into 213. Since I haven't been outside and it's winter, my whatever color I got from the summer, it's kind of gone. So that's been a high. We've been in this house for over a year now, so we've been working on different projects for this house. Come end of spring / beginning of summer, I found out I was pregnant, and then unfortunately lost that pregnancy really early on, and that was something that I had to deal with. Didn't know how to deal with, to be honest. And there was a lot of pluses about it, is that unfortunately I lost pregnancy before any appointment, so I didn't get to hear the heartbeat of that pregnancy. And so I kind of am very thankful for that, because I think I wouldn't have been able to as easily move on. I say easily, but I think it would have been harder to move on. And then lo and behold, so that was a low. And then before our big summer travels, we went to Colorado for soccer, and we went to Ireland on a family trip. I have vlogged all of those, so if you're interested in them, I'll link them down below if you're interested in seeing those vlogs. Right before those travels, I found out I was pregnant again, and it was pretty much immediately right after. I even think this shade is still too light. So yeah, I found out I was pregnant again and mortified and scared that I might lose him or lose that pregnancy again. Then went through my travels, and then first appointment comes around and we find out we are having twins, and that was the shock. That was such a shock. It shouldn't have been, because apparently twins run in both of our families that we just didn't know about. Putting on the brightening corrector from e.l.f. Yeah, that was a shock. So the first trimester of pregnancy was difficult symptom-wise, mental health-wise. There was family drama that unfortunately kind of put a damper on a lot of it. And so a lot of the joy of, I'm pregnant, it's twins, things are going well, we made it to our first appointment, and just having all that joy that got, that was kind of, yeah, that was rough, because you shouldn't let anyone take away your joy, but with the fact that, it's family, and you're having some issues with family, and this is the time that you really want and need family, because it's technically my second pregnancy, but this is my first pregnancy where I'm actually going through the whole thing, and you want support, and when you're at odds with them, kind of takes away the joy, unfortunately. So that was a tough time. And then on top of it, my symptoms being twins were not easy. Also, throughout this time, I had a different kind of part-time day job that I was doing, and then that started to get really difficult. That became a whole other layer of the kind of negative things that were going on. And yeah, so first going to second trimester, it was rough. It was rough mentally. It was rough with my relationship, and there's a lot of negative things that happened during the first and second trimester, and that's probably one of the worst times that things going that's probably I don't want to say the wrong time, but it's one of the worst times to have bad things going on, because that's when my body's adjusting to the fact I'm carrying a baby, and then on top of it, carrying two babies, and your symptoms are taken up a notch. And so it was a lot. Granted, I was still busting my butt, and I feel like in things was pursuing, career-wise, that area of my life was going fantastic. I was accomplishing a lot of the things. Twins are kicking. I was accomplishing a lot in that area of my life, but unfortunately in other areas of my life, things weren't going so well. Then, so we went, again, roller coaster. New year, losing job, finding a new job, finding new jobs, and then finding a hobby, and then losing the first pregnancy, getting the second pregnancy, finding out it's twins, and it was the definition of a roller coaster. And then finding out it's twins, then the issues, and then the dealing with the first trimester sicknesses. It's been a lot. It's been a lot, and now we're back to kind of getting back to kind of a high where, things have kind of subsided. Are things resolved? No, but things have kind of calmed down, and they're going in the right direction. So it's not 1000% like a high, but it's not a low. So yeah, it's just been a roller coaster, and it sucks because I feel like a lot of joy because I don't know if I'm going to have more kids. I don't know if, I don't know if this is going to be my only like full-term pregnancy. I don't know. I mean, that's God's plan, not mine. And so it makes me mad thinking that that was my experience. And I feel bad for anyone who's also going through that and thinking it's like your last one or it's your only one. I feel for you, and I'm so sorry if you are dealing with that. Yeah, like that part makes me mad because I can't get that time back. Just like when you're a bride, and as selfish as that sounds, but like when you're a bride and it's your first and hopefully only marriage, you're not going to be a bride again. And so that time, during that time, the focus should be on you and should be on your family and this next chapter, and because you're not going to get that again. At least, Lord willing, you're not going to get that again. And yeah, because to me, in my opinion, marriage is forever. It's not a piece of paper. That, again, that's just my opinion on it. Going through the holidays, I was kind of not excited about the holidays just because I wasn't feeling great. I had to go to the ER once for a really bad migraine, which is a lovely pregnancy symptom that if you have not been told that or haven't figured that out, hey, it's a possible pregnancy symptom. Then I've had to get checked out. We had plans to do some traveling during this time and like having a baby moon, going to my parents for Thanksgiving, and those things just didn't happen. So that was really frustrating. But we got to have like a nice quiet Thanksgiving here, which was a plus. Didn't have anything crazy or fussy, and it was nice. The fact that it was, calm, and yeah, again, nothing crazy. It was nice. Was it what I planned for? No, but it was nice because like that's one thing, especially through these holidays and through this holiday season, I was like, this is our last time, just the two of us, because from now on, we are going to have kids, and I've heard that holidays are even more exciting with kids because you're seeing it through their eyes, and, we're going to be creating like our own traditions and things we want to do during the holiday season that I think will give our kids joys, which in turn selfishly gives us joy, and, be more excited about it. So that was something I was disappointed with, where it's like, it's our last one. Ooh, I went a little crazy on bro. It's our last one, and in a sense, we're not doing it up, And then, and then I turned 30, also in September, and I'd kind of talk about turning 30 and a get ready with me as well. I just know 30 obviously is going to be a very transformative year for me because I'm going to be becoming a mother for the first time to not one but two babies, so it's even extra special. So, and then, coming through Christmas, it was really nice, and I feel like I got a little bit more of the positive and joy back. And now we're getting ready for, 2024. Babies are coming. Got the baby shower coming up. And not trying to... It's one thing I made the mistake, I think, during my time as a bride is I, hyped things up so high that when it didn't meet those expectations, the disappointment was a lot. And I don't want to be disappointed, I just don't. But, again, God's plan. It's going to go how it's supposed to go, how it's meant to be. Like, people are asking, my due date and stuff. And I'm like, well, twins, they could come early. And I said, and they're like, well, you got to take it easy. We want them to, in a sense, bake or cook as long as possible. And I said, they're going to come when they are going to come. My only focus is to be as prepared as possible. And when they come, I'll be ready. Or if they come early, Maybe I won't. Who knows? But that's just my focus right now. Ooh, I've been spending a long time on brows. I'm going to go into my NYX Wonder Stick bronzer. I'm actually going to try to go lower this time. So you can hear, you can, Jordan just took the dogs on a walk and they're coming back. So that's why you probably hear Milo. Yeah, so 2023 was, by definition, a roller coaster year. That's for sure. But there's, again, some good things. I mean, this pregnancy is the biggest blessing out of it all. And having my family support. My mom has been coming out every month. My mom and dad, or just my mom, to help in any way I can, and also to kind of really be a part of this pregnancy journey since they live out of state. And so that's been really cool because it's definitely, I think, helped my relationship with my mom. Jordan just got back from the walk. I know it sounds crazy that we took him on a walk in the rain, but it was like Zeus was just, had a lot of energy, so needed to get him out to do something. Like I said, it wasn't all horrible. And the fact we got to travel, which I hadn't been like over in Europe, gosh, for like 5 years, 6 years. It's been that long. So I was really excited about that. It made me really excited about planning future trips, especially with my in-laws. And, you know, I've like to, like, because they like to do a big trip every few years, and I'm petitioning them to go to Holland. So I would love to go back because that was actually the last time I was in Europe, was when I went to the Netherlands. Would love to go in the spring and see the tulips and Kokenhof, and of course see my family. I think that looks better. It looks a little more balanced when I go a little lower because I have a very long face. Like this past year, I've been really kind of focusing on, you know, what I like, what I don't like, or how do I put this? I've been focusing on really pursuing things I want to do and really going after it, not being afraid. And a lot of that has to do with my faith. I talk about that a lot, where I talk about it's been a goal of mine for the past few years is just to get closer and more established in my faith and spiritually. I feel like I did a pretty good job of that this past year, and I wanted to continue that in 2024, and thinking about doing like a Bible study and getting a little more connected in that sense, which I've already kind of started. And so just like things like that, like it's a lot of my goals, if honestly all of my goals okay, I guess for 2023, the only goal I realistically accomplished was the fact that I've made it a routine to learn Dutch, and I've been using Duolingo as like my app, as the app to teach me that, and that's something I've done consistently every day. I have at least established like a routine in terms of like my content. I posted more consistently than I think I ever have in this past year, and I want to continue that in 2024. It's just with all of the roller coaster of everything, I don't feel like I was able to really accomplish like the nitty-gritty stuff I talked about in my 2023 vlog, in my 2023 goals from last year. So that's why I say, like, realistically, I maybe accomplished like one or, you know, two. And with this next year, I'm honestly taking the same goals and continuing them. Same thing with reading. Like, definitely did not accomplish the reading I wanted to accomplish. Obviously with pregnancy, I kind of shifted my focus to that. And don't get me wrong, I did read, but it wasn't to the extent that I wanted it to be. Why is that looking so patchy today? That was the Essence Kiss by the Light bronzer. So reading definitely didn't accomplish. There were certain like technology goals that I didn't accomplish. There was one I did, and that is getting a new camera. That was one I really, really wanted to do an upgrade. And so far, I'm really happy with it. It's the Nikon Z30. It's the camera that specifically Nikon created for content creators, and I've been loving it. I've had it for, 2 months now. And yeah, I want to say it's like been 2 months or a month and a half. And yeah, it's been great. So that's one thing that, like, in terms of technology, I've definitely upgraded and am really happy with. So I kind of gave myself grace this past year with, in the beginning I was like all gung-ho, like, yes, I'm gonna tackle this year. I'm going to there's so many things I want to do, and I'm going to be unafraid, and I'm just going to go do them. And that was my thought process, and that was my attitude at the beginning of the year. And just things happen, and I think life happens. So with like my goals, I definitely gave myself a lot of grace, and I'm gonna have to do the same thing this coming year because twins are coming. I don't know what my life's gonna look like. I don't know if they're gonna be easy babies. I don't know if they are going to be chaotic. Are they going to be able to be on the same schedule? Also my focus obviously isn't that. Am I going to have a C-section? And am I going to have a longer maternity leave from, certain things? And that's scary because I'm a planner. I like kind of knowing. Am I kind of super psycho about it? No. But I'm more, in a sense, I don't want to say psycho, but I'm more focused on the preparedness for all the different scenarios. That's where my focus is. Like I said, they're going to come. They're going to come when they're going to come. Early, late, C-section, not C-section. I have hopes that it's not C-section. I don't know. And the thought of that is a little scary. But again, my focus is just being prepared and pray for the best. And that's one thing too, actually, is that I just don't want to worry because worrying does nothing. I'm going to go into my Makeup by Mario palette. I've been loving this. And not going to do a crazy look or anything. I'm also kind of, trying to keep my mental health in check and all good. My physical health, that's another thing that's been frustrating is I played soccer up until I was 20 weeks pregnant, as the doctor said was okay. And then there were concerns, and so I was sidelined. I can't lift anything over 10 pounds. I have to kind of be careful staying off and try to stay off my feet. Don't engage and activate your core. And if you're an athlete, that's a natural thing for you to do. And to train yourself to not do that, I haven't been successful. I'll be honest. I haven't been successful. But am I going crazy and like lifting heavy weights? Am I still playing, contact sport? Am I pushing myself so hard and like adding some weightlifting goals? No. I'm listening to my body. I'm listening and trusting my instincts. And I think that's all anyone can ask for. And I think that is, in my opinion, the best policy. Listen to your body. Like New Year's Day, I was having Braxton Hicks, and I planned to, take down the Christmas decorations. I planned on kind of resetting my house a little bit, and, cleaning up from, the holiday season. But unfortunately, I got Braxton Hicks contractions, and so I was laying down pretty much the entire day. And so I was listening to my body. But if I have a day where I feel good and I can work on a project where I'm sitting down, not on my feet, not lifting anything heavy, I'm going to do it, you know? And I think that's better for both my body to prepare for labor is to still consistently move and to still consistently stretch than just going from being super active 6 to 7 days a week to not doing a thing. That has been really, really tough on me because exercise is such a big thing for me and it's really important. I don't want to do that. And it's really helped my mental health a ton. And it's helped keep my anxiety and depression. And I don't say those words lightly. I know some people just kind of use those terms loosely. I don't say those lightly. And it helps keep it manageable, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't want to say like at bay or under control because there's days it comes back. And boy, did it come back, especially in the first trimester of this pregnancy. And so, yeah, that's been definitely really, really tough on me. But I'm trying to find ways to, you know, in a sense, follow doctor's orders, do things smartly, but also follow my instincts. Yeah, so going into the new year, like I was saying earlier, a lot of the goals that I have, or that I had in 2023 and didn't get to accomplish, I'm continuing them in 2024. And where's that brush? Where are you? There you are. As well as, I have a couple of things, and a lot of it is having to do with, I'm not doing anything super specific because, again, I don't know what my life's going to be like once the twins are here. And I'm trying to be okay with that and not be super controlling or control freak about it, is to get into a healthy routine. Now, what I mean by that is one that is as balanced as I can get, or if it gets out of balance, which life happens, so it can get out of balance, but then I can easily get back into balance, you know, and not trying to overload my day. You know, I love my planner that I got started last year, and I'm continuing to use the same format this year. It's from Happy Planner. Of course, link that down below as well. And I talked about it in my favorites video. I don't want to overload my day with the to-do list because, again, going into the third trimester of this pregnancy, I don't know how much energy I'm going to have. And I got to be realistic with myself and also delegate and ask for help. And then I don't want to get caught up in this to-do list of like, oh my gosh, I can't have any sort of life. I can't have time with friends. I can't go do other things because I'm so focused on the to-do list, you know? That's definitely something that I struggle with because I feel like I shouldn't reward myself until I've accomplished things. You know, like, you know, kind of like where I shouldn't go shopping and get out of the house and go do something like that, or go get a coffee with Lauren, or go meet up with Sierra and do something because my house is a mess and I haven't done my chores. And I feel like it's a way for you. There's pros and cons to that, right? It's a way to kind of motivate you to get the chores done, but also don't get so, I don't want to say strict with it, but don't get so bogged down with it where you affect your relationships, or if you affect your mental health because you're only doing things you don't want to do. I hope that makes sense. Now, should I do that all the time? No, because things still need to get done. I still have work I need to complete. I still have, I want to take care of this home. I take pride in my home. You make sure it's clean, make sure it's well kept. It's one of those things, is finding a balance in that. And I may be thinking, or I may be trying to accomplish the impossible, but again, I plan on giving myself grace. 2024 is like the year of grace, to be honest. I think, especially with just the changes, and it's 2024 is the year of grace, that's for sure. Also, I want to embrace the changes that are coming, and no one likes change. Granted, this is a good change. No one likes change. Granted, it's a good change. I'm really excited to become a mom. It's something I've always wanted. Yeah, I've been a dog mom, as you can hear, Milo. I know it's different, and I'm excited about this change, but realistically, no one likes change. No, you know what? No one likes change, and some people handle it well, or they can handle it better than others. I want to be able to embrace it and, again, give myself grace, take one day at a time, pray about it, and, try not to worry about anything. I know that's easier said than done. And be patient with myself and with the change of becoming a mother. And some people, sometimes they ask the question of, oh, what kind of parent are you going to be? Are you going to be like this? Are you going to be strict? Are you going to be fun? Or what kind of parent you're going to be? And I've always said, honestly, I will know when it comes. I know it changes you, and I know there's nothing like it. At least so I've been told. But I believe those people that have told me that. But I'm not trying to have expectations. I think that's a healthy way to look at it. Now, am I prepared and have certain ideas? Absolutely. But I'm also not trying to have certain expectations of this is how I'm going to be. And, people say things, well, I would never let my kid do that. Or I would never. And it's just like, you know what? I don't know, because I've taken care of kids. I have a huge family. If you're new here, I have a ginormous family. So I've helped take care of kids and been around different parenting styles, but it's not the same. It is not the same. That's kind of my big major goals, I guess. One, continue the ones I was trying to pursue this past year, and life got in the way. And so financial goals, improving this house, updating it to the way we like, being consistent with my different businesses and focusing on those and getting those, and working on those. Want to be a little healthier, get back into a good workout routine. Granted, that's a little different right now, but postpartum, we'll see how that goes. I do plan on going back to playing after, because I will be coaching and things like that. And then it's something that brings me a lot of joy. So I plan on doing that. Okay, I'm going to go into the NYX Slide On Glide On Extreme Color Lip Liner and Nude Suede Shoes. I haven't touched this one in a while. I just want to continue on the train that I was working on in the past year. Don't have anything new goals other than give myself grace and be patient with myself and with the changes that'll be occurring, and go from there. I feel like after the twins are here and I've gone through that process, I feel like I can, at the 6-month mark of this year, so in June, I may do a video where I talk about, okay, realistically, these are my goals this year, because they're going to change, things are going to change. So I'm going to go into the Luxe Blur lipstick from ColourPop and Kate. Yeah, so that's the just quick everyday look I've honestly been doing. And I feel like my skin looks really good. I think it looks still a little pale. Well, maybe not too much, because I've lost a lot of the sun that was in my face from being outside in the tan. And now being winter and me being stuck inside. So I'm going to zoom you guys out, and we will wrap up this video. So that's my recap and kind of talking about my 2024 goals. And I hope, honestly, that you had a wonderful 2023, and I hope you have a blessed 2024. My 2023 was definitely a roller coaster year, but I am grateful for the highs that did occur. I'm also grateful for the lows because I definitely learned a lot about myself, and I definitely grew. You know, you grow from what you go through. And I feel very blessed, and I feel like I'm on a better path. So I'm really excited for 2024. And yeah, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season, and I hope you enjoyed this chit chat, get ready with me version of going over my 2023 and also what my goals are for 2024. And if you did, hit the like button. It really helps me out. And if you are new here, I'd love you subscribe. Joy Love Family is growing on YouTube. And I plan on having tons more content. Definitely a lot of mommy content, a lot of pregnancy content still to come as I am going into my last trimester before the twins get here. So stay tuned for that. And also, I will continue with my makeup videos, my vlogs, DIYs, and sewing project videos. So if you are interested in that, again, I would love you subscribe. And again, I hope you had a wonderful holiday season and a Merry Christmas. And of course, a Happy New Year. And I hope you have a wonderful and blessed 2024. I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.